What's poppin' YouTube, and welcome to my channel, Astro Finesse. It's your boy Lil Finesse Jiggy Hippie, back with another video for y'all. And this video right here is if your Black Moon Lilith is in the sign of Virgo or in the 6th house. And I'll pause for the cause. If you don't know how to find your Lilith, if you're new to this channel, new subscriber, if you're just starting off your journey of self-love, self-knowledge, if nobody told you or nobody really explained it to you, how important it is that you have to study yourself, love yourself, and learn about yourself through astrology and numerology. Don't worry, I got you, but there are a couple of videos. I'll put the link in the description. You have to watch them first to become hip to the knowledge of what I'm about to talk about right now. So if you look at your birth chart or your natal chart, it's the same thing, and you realize that your Lilith is in the sign of Virgo or it's in the 6th house, this video is for you. So without further ado, let's just get it popping, shall we? Now you already know, before I start, I'm gonna give y'all a list of some celebrities so y'all can visually see what Lilith and Virgo people look like and act like in reality. Then I'm have a list of some celebrities that have Lilith Virgo in the 6th house. That have Lilith in the 6th house. So to start, we got ASAP Rocky, Kylie Jenner, Erykah Badu, Kourtney Kardashian, XXXTentacion, rest in peace, Jhené Aiko, Diana Ross, Steph Curry, Mary J. Blige, and Nia. And now these are the celebrities that have Lilith in the 6th house. Doesn't have to be in Virgo, but it's in the 6th house. Leonardo DiCaprio, Tyra Banks, Snoop Dogg, Aaliyah, rest in peace, Donald Glover, Barack Obama, Lana Del Rey, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Cher, and Vin Diesel. Alright, so boom, Lilith in Virgo or Lilith in the 6th house. So first of all, before I start, you already know I gotta explain what Lilith means, where it came from, for those that have never heard of it. Now before I say this story, this is going to be a myth from ancient mythology. And now myths are stories that have been told many different ways, many different renditions, many generations ago. They have different ways of saying the story, saying these myths. So don't take what I'm about to say literally as it happened. But when it comes to myths and mythology, you're supposed to take the symbolisms, what it represents, the stories, the symbols, and that's what you're supposed to take out the knowledge from the story. Not the story itself, but the symbolisms of what a story represents, and take out that to learn from the story. So Lilith, going way back in the Maybach, Lilith was the first wife of Adam. So when they were both created, Adam was created from the dirt from the ground. Lilith was also created from the dirt from the ground. So they were created, you will say, equally the same, like perfectly equal. They're both created with the same what? So living in the Garden of Eden. Before Eve came along, Lilith and Adam were living in the Garden of Eden. Everything was good, everything was Gucci. When it came to sex, Adam being the man, always wanted to be on top, always wanted to dominate, always wanted to be the more dominant party in the sex. Like, always wanted to be on top, basically. And Lilith, her mindset was, we're both created equal. Remember, they're both created from dirt, created the same way. Both created equal. So why do I always have to be submissive to you? Why do I always have to be under you? She also wanted to be dominating too during sex. She also wanted to be on top sometimes. She wanted to express her sexuality the way she wanted to express it without being judged for being too masculine or being too dominant. Because Adam did not want Lilith to be dominating over him. So because of this, because Lilith couldn't express her sexuality the way she wanted to, because she didn't want to be submissive to Adam the whole time, she got kicked out. And now this is a key word. She got kicked out. She got shunned from the Garden of Eden. She got rejected from the Garden of Eden. So if she's feeling rejected, she got rejected and kicked out of paradise because she did not want to succumb to Adam's masculinity. So she's sent out, and she went off. Some stories say she went off to have relations with the devil and demons. She went off to the wilderness, like a whole nother part of the paradise that is dark and has demons. And she went to have relationships and to express her sexuality in that area of life. So at this moment, then Eve came out from the rib of Adam. So now instead of them being both made equally the same, they were both made within each other with the same body. So they became one, became together, masculine and feminine. So that's where Eve, her divine femininity comes in because she listened to Adam and she was like submissive to Adam as the feminine energy. So because of this, Lilith, obviously, she got kicked out. So she had a lot of pent-up anger. She's very jealous. She's very angry. She goes on, some stories say she goes on a killing spree, wanted to get revenge on Adam. So she goes on a killing spree. Some stories say she came back as the serpent, talking to Eve like, listen, Eve, you're a woman, or listen, you just don't have to listen to Adam all the time. You could do what you want. You should eat from the tree of life. They're trying to hide something from you, so you want to eat from the tree of life because they don't want you to know something. So she kept going to Eve as a serpent, telling Eve to not be submissive to Adam, basically. So then that's where we all know the story of Adam and Eve. So now understand that the symbolism from this story, from this myth, is that Lilith represents like a dark energy because she went to go off in the wilderness to have relations with the devil and demons. So very dark energy, the dark side of us. Also, she got rejected. So it's something in our chart that we can hide or like to keep inside of us, that like to hide or not express out freely as we should, if that makes sense. So Lilith in your birth chart, I'm gonna say it again, represents your dark side, your shadow side. So whatever sign your Lilith is in is what you're gonna be expressing. Whatever house Lilith is in is what part of your life is going to be expressed or is going to manifest. So Lilith in Virgo, what does that mean? Lilith in the 6th house obviously is going to be expressed in the area of life of your day-to-day mundane activities. We all know the 6th house represent daily routine. 6th house is ruled by Virgo. So Virgos, you know how they're really good at making things planned out, doing things on an everyday basis, daily routine. So 6th house, your daily routine, your work ethicness. Also, the way you take care of your body, what you put inside your body, how you look at yourself, how you critique yourself. So it's all about, it's like your health, how you take care of yourself on a day-to-day mundane way, your daily routine. So when you have a Lilith in the 6th house or a Lilith in Virgo, you're going to be exhibiting the shadow side, the dark side of the Virgo traits, of the 6th house traits in your life. So obviously you already know the negative side of Virgo traits are being, you could have a person that's going to be very, very to the max, overly critical on themselves to the max, to the point that they're going to fear failure so much that they won't even do things that they know they're good at. They won't put themselves out there because they just fear that somebody's going to critique them or somebody's going to judge what they do and look at them and like find the fault in their work. Also, they could also exert out this energy and be overly critical on others, especially in relationships, like with their partners. They can sit back and watch you for a very long time, watch what you do, not say nothing. And then when you do something wrong, they'll say everything that they have been looking at for the past, and they bring it all up into one thing, like critique you to the max. And really, because you know how they're really good at detail-oriented, they're really detail-oriented like that, they could really be on point with your faults and what you do wrong, and really could critique you to the max. So they could really be, you could really exhibit this dark shadow side of yourself, that you're always critiquing people. You're always complaining about the small things that don't really matter, but you're going to always put a lot of emphasis on it and complain about it out loud, and like you want people to know like this isn't perfect, this isn't right. So you could be really just overly analytical, overly critical, first of all, on yourself, especially if your Lilith is in the 1st house. It'll be like on your body. You could really be critical about what you look like, how you present yourself and all that, but you could be really critical on yourself first. So this is like a very important aspect to understand, that if you're looking at yourself a certain way, if you're like really nitpicking yourself a certain way, looking in the mirror and always trying to find a fault within yourself for a certain thing, understand that that's your Lilith placement trying to carry itself out. Now, Lilith, remember, she got rejected, she got shunned, so she was condemned from the Garden of Eden. So Lilith in our chart can also represent the traits in us that we don't want to really express out, or the traits in us that we hold deep down inside that we don't want people to see, like things that we want to hide, like hiding our intentions in a way. So having this placement, the way that Lilith and Virgo people manipulate people is they can make you believe that you're helping them, or they'll make you do things for them that they don't want to do themselves in a way. So like, let's say when it comes to they want to save money for themselves, they will get in a relationship with you, or they'll be around you, or they'll do things with you so that you could be the one spending money on them, so that they won't have to spend money for themselves, if that makes sense. So they'll use you for work that they don't want to do themselves in a way, because 6th house is your daily routine. So these people can always try to find a way not to do work, or not to do something. They're trying to find a way to run away or to hide away from doing the work themselves. So they can manipulate people by letting people do the work for them instead of them doing it themselves. And the person doing the work for them, in their head, that person thinks that that's their idea rather than it was a Lilith and Virgo's person's idea. So they could be really good at making you believe that you helping them was your idea and you're just trying to be helpful to them. In the back of their mind, they're just using you for what you can do for them, using you for your acts of service. Even though they like to be of service as well, Virgo is all about being of service, serving, and doing the work. When it comes to Lilith in Virgo, they could be prone to using people to do work for them. They could run away from doing the work for themselves, so they could use people to do the work for them. So be careful about you using people for your own personal gain, as in what you don't want to do yourself. Be careful about manipulating people in a way that you could just do nice things for them all the time, or you could purposely be wanting to serve them all the time in the back of your mind, saying that I'm doing this because I know that when I ask them for something, they're going to do for me because I've been doing all this work for them all the time. So you could purposely want to be nice, purposely want to be of service to people, so that in the back of your mind, you will know, like, all right, so I know that because they're used to me being so of service to them, I could use them now for what I want. Like I could tell them to do something for me and they'll do it because I've been serving them all the time. So be careful about this, because they're really, really good at peeping the details. You already know Virgos are really good at peeping the details. So nothing gets past them. And Virgo is ruled by Mercury, so is the mind. So they're extremely intelligent. They're extremely wise about knowing how to get you to do something for them. Understand that it's going to be hard for you to understand, like, even after you do it, you're going to be like, damn, so this Virgo Lilith person really used me. But you wouldn't realize it until after you've done it already. So after that, the job is done. So it is what it is. So really understand that if you have this placement, you can be prone to doing this. So when it comes out, you could be like, all right, you could like snap out of it. Like, all right, so this is my shadow side coming out. I'm not supposed to manipulate people, because you already know how it goes. The laws of the universe, whatever you put out, what you get in. You can attract people that are really critical over you too. Even though you're critical over yourself, you could subconsciously attract people that are always criticizing you as well, or is really overly critical. But I'll say like a minor, even though this is like really supposed to be negative, a minor plus, I'm gonna say minor because it depends who it is, but a minor plus to this placement. Because remember, Lilith wanted to express herself sexually. It's all about her sexual liberation. So when it comes to sex, it's also a very key role in this placement, in this energy. So when it comes to sex, they can use sex as a way to get what they want as well, because they are extremely good at knowing what you like when it comes to sex. They can study their partner. They know exactly what their partner likes, and they'll perform it because they like to be of service. So they could perform these sexual things for you until you get hooked on them sexually, and then they could use you for what they want you to do. Then they could be like, all right, so now I got her, now I got him. Like, now because I'm so good at making them feel good, I'm so good at pleasing them sexually, because they are like I said, extremely detail oriented, extremely talented, extremely smart. They're very intellectual, very intelligent at peeping everything. So extremely smart. So they can know how your body moves, how your body works, and they can do it for you until you get hooked on their sexual services. I'll say they get hooked on their sex, and then that's how they will then use you for doing work for them, if that makes sense. So all in all, understand that when it comes to Lilith placement in general, we all have a Lilith, we all have a dark side. It's not saying that this is definite, this is you, like you can't change, it is what it is. We all have free will. I say this in a lot of my videos, we all have free will. All these videos I'm putting out is just to give you like a little broad mindset or broad information about what is inside your chart. And all you're supposed to do from this information is to put it in your head and see if it relates to you, to see how you can relate to it, and to see what changes you have to make in your own personal life that will be in alignment with the laws of the universe, rather than constantly doing things that go against the laws of the universe, which is treating people how you want to be treated. So if you know you're the type to use people to do things for you, you know that you have a Lilith in Virgo, or you have a Lilith in the 6th house. You could be like, all right, so that's my Lilith playing out. I'm going to intentionally try to work on this, intentionally try to not do this a lot. But then you will know why you do it at the same time, because that's a Lilith placement. We all have it. We all have a dark side and a light side. It's all about knowing what's inside your chart, really studying yourself. This is the biggest thing that I'm going to keep preaching. Basically, all my videos is really study yourself to know why you are here, what you're here to do, what kind of people you're supposed to be around, like just to know what kind of journey in this lifetime you're supposed to go on. Study yourself first and really understand yourself and accept yourself, because that's who you are. And then you could take that information and maneuver your way, finesse your way through life and do what you want to do and do what you like, you're here to do kind of thing. You know, be in alignment with how you treat people. How you treat people is how you treat yourself. I'm gonna keep saying that because that's what the universe, the laws of the universe is. Whatever you put out is what you get back in. So that's my video on Virgo Lilith. I hope y'all enjoyed that. My next video is going to be on Lilith in Libra. You already know I'm about to go in. If you have subscribed to my channel, I appreciate all y'all, for real. You already know. Appreciate all y'all, for real, for real. But if you haven't subscribed yet, though, I don't know what you're waiting for. Go ahead and handle that one time for your boy. Don't forget to drink your water, mind your business, and be safe out here. It's your boy, Lil Finesse, Jiggy Hippie. I'm going to see all y'all when I see y'all. Peace.